Welcome to another explainer. Right now, literally as we speak, a brand new kind of silent guardian is being urgently hired by pretty much every major tech company in the world. We're talking about the rise of the AI ethicist. Now, these professionals, they don't write code, they're not managing massive server farms. Yet, they are quite literally the only people standing between a trillion-dollar tech giant and a catastrophic public relations disaster. So today, we're breaking down a role that is rapidly becoming one of the absolute most critical jobs in modern technology. And let me tell you, the financial stakes, they completely reflect that urgency. As we look ahead to 2026, the demand for people who can guide the moral compass of these intelligent machines has just absolutely skyrocketed. We are talking about remote roles with starting salaries that frequently blow right past $150,000. AI has officially moved from being this cool sci-fi novelty to a strict everyday necessity, and the market is paying a massive premium for anyone who can navigate its complexities safely. But what exactly do they do? Well, you might be thinking you need this massive, intimidating tech background, but an AI ethicist isn't just a philosopher, and they certainly aren't just a programmer. Think of them as a technical auditor with a conscience. Their primary job is to step in and ask the difficult, very human questions that engineers, who are understandably deep in the weeds of building the thing, might completely forget to ask. They are essentially the conscience of the machine. Here's our agenda for today. First, what is an AI ethicist? Second, exploding demand. Third, the golden skill set. And finally, the three-step roadmap. Okay, let's jump into section 1. What is an AI ethicist? Okay, let's really dive into this. To grasp the day-to-day of this job, we need to break down 3 foundational pillars. Verse up, algorithmic bias. Guys, this is a massive issue. Imagine a huge company using an AI system to instantly sort through thousands of resumes for a job opening. An AI ethicist steps in to ask, hey, wait a minute, is this algorithm accidentally excluding certain demographics because it was trained on flawed historical data? They have to ensure the AI doesn't just quietly learn and replicate our human prejudices. Moving right along to the second pillar, data privacy. You know, machine learning models require just colossal amounts of data to function. It's like fuel. The AI ethicist acts as the ultimate gatekeeper here, constantly asking questions like, where exactly did this data come from? Who actually owns it? And most importantly, is it being used legally and ethically? Or are we accidentally violating user privacy? And that brings us to the third pillar, which is safety and alignment. As these AI systems become more autonomous and, frankly, incredibly powerful, how do we guarantee they don't produce results that are actively harmful to users or to society as a whole? The ethicist is there to ensure the system's goals stay strictly aligned with human safety. So when you put all 3 of those pillars together, you start to realize that as an AI ethicist, you aren't just sitting around pointing fingers after a problem happens. No. You are actively designing the overarching frameworks that prevent these disasters from occurring in the first place. In the US, giants like Google, Meta, and OpenAI already have entire teams completely dedicated to this. But here's the kicker. Now, even non-tech industries like healthcare and banking are waking up and realizing they desperately need these exact same frameworks too. Which perfectly brings us to section 2, exploding demand. So why is this specific career booming so hard as we head into 2026? It all boils down to a fundamental shift in how the world views artificial intelligence. See, governments have completely stopped just watching AI develop from the sidelines, and they've aggressively started regulating it. In the past, it was basically the Wild West, but looking at 2026 and beyond, we've got stringent US executive orders and the incredibly comprehensive EU AI Act coming into full force. The entire legal landscape has permanently changed. And because of those new laws, the cost of an unethical AI is no longer just, a bad news cycle or some negative PR on Twitter. It is a multi-million-dollar regulatory fine. This creates just a massive blue ocean of opportunity for job seekers. Right now, literally everyone and their cousin is out there trying to learn prompt engineering, but almost no one is studying AI governance. That massive scarcity, that is exactly what's driving those 6-figure salaries. All right, let's look at section 3, the golden skill set. If you're sitting there wondering how to pivot into this space, I'm about to give you the absolute best-kept secret in the industry. You do not need a PhD in computer science to do this job. Actually, scratch that. You don't even need to be an expert coder. When we contrast heavy tech skills with soft skills, the reality is that the most successful AI ethicists often come from backgrounds rooted deeply in the humanities. We're talking law, philosophy, sociology, or even communications. So, what do you actually need in your toolkit? Here is the 2026 golden skill set. First, AI literacy. You don't have to build a neural network from scratch, but you absolutely must understand how one functions on a fundamental level. Second, risk assessment. You need that sharp ability to look at a brand new product feature and immediately spot the potential legal or social landmines. And third, cross-departmental translation. Can you take a highly complex ethical risk and explain it crystal clearly to both the backend developer and the company's CEO?
So, the crucial point here is this. If you can act as that translator and successfully bridge the gap between abstract human values and hard machine learning, well, you are exactly who these companies are desperately looking to hire. That is your core value proposition.
Let's wrap things up with Section 4, the 3-step roadmap. Here is your actionable strategy to actually land these roles, broken down into 3 focused steps. First, you've got to get certified to prove your baseline knowledge. Second, you have to build a public portfolio to showcase your critical thinking. And third, you need to target adjacent industries instead of just banging your head against the incredibly crowded front door of Silicon Valley tech giants. Let's break each of these down real quick. Step 1. Get certified. You absolutely need those foundational credentials. But the good news is, you can start today. Keep an eye out for specific certifications in responsible AI or AI governance. Accessible platforms like Coursera and edX, as well as specialized tech institutes, they offer excellent, globally recognized programs that will get the right keywords onto your resume and give you that baseline AI literacy we talked about a minute ago. Step 2, build a case study portfolio. Listen, you can't just tell a hiring manager you're an ethicist, you have to physically show them. Start a blog or maybe a dedicated LinkedIn series where you actively analyze current real-world AI failures popping up in the news. Break down exactly what went wrong with the algorithm's bias or its data privacy, and crucially, propose actionable frameworks and solutions that would have prevented the failure. This proves your real-world risk assessment skills in public. And finally, step 3, target adjacent industries. Guys, this is a massive shortcut. Don't just apply to big tech where the competition is absolutely fierce. Look directly at legacy sectors, places like insurance, fintech, and government contractors. These industries are heavily regulated. They are absolutely desperate to integrate AI safely, and they offer incredible remote work flexibility for the people who can guide them through these legal and ethical minefields. Ultimately, the future of technology isn't just about how incredibly fast we can build new tools. It is entirely about how safely we can grow alongside them. Becoming an AI ethicist is so much more than just securing a high-paying remote career. It's a genuine opportunity to shape the safety and the overall direction of what is arguably the most important technology in human history. So, I want to leave you with one final thought to consider today. What is your biggest fear about AI? Is it privacy, bias, or is it something else entirely? Think about that, because identifying those very fears is exactly the first step an AI ethicist takes to solve them. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.